Alaikum and welcome all the participants. Okay, Assalamu alaikum and welcome all the participants for joining in. Thank you so much for your overwhelming response in the group, as we have crossed more than 700 participants in the WhatsApp group and more than 390 subscribers on the YouTube channel just over a couple of weeks. But I'd like to urge everyone to in the group to please subscribe on the channel, because we are dropping in new videos every day, and you'll be able to find your research answers more, I think more specifically in the videos. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And now, without any further ado, I'd like to ask Professor Dr. Asif Hanif to please begin the session, because we have limited time. So please, over to you, sir.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome everyone. Hope you have learned from the previous session. The topic of today's session is very unique, as we always put focus on data analysis. But data entry is one of the major concerns, because many of the time we do not enter data very well. If we do not enter data very well, our analysis will not be appropriate. So I've chosen this topic just to make you understand about the data entry and what usually we make the mistakes. I'll tell you, inshallah. So first of all, we need to know about the type of data. Before going to SPSS, before going to the major content of SPSS, I want to show you some core concepts related to data entry and data type. There are two types of data: qualitative and quantitative. As you all know, data is collection of observation in scientific way. Observation in scientific way that can answer our questions. So the observations in scientific way can be of qualitative and quantitative type. If they are qualitative and quantitative type, we have to enter them separately in SPSS. We have to deal them separately in SPSS. Like if we ask someone about the age, about HB level, the response will be numerical, in a numerical form. And if we ask about gender, if we ask about blood groups, if we ask about the status of disease, signs and symptoms, the answer will be definitely in non-numerical form. So the numerical and non-numerical form are totally different in SPSS to deal. And while analyzing, we have to set certain parameters, we have to set certain options to see while doing the advanced analysis. So I request you, all of you, to mute your mic, please, and do not start your video. Thank you very much. Quantitative data is of discrete and continuous data. Quantitative data can be in decimals and can be from jump to jump. For example, if we calculate, if we ask age from the patient, or we measure the weight, we measure the height, we can get this data in decimal places. So if we ask someone like pulse rate, like number of brothers and sisters, and working in hospital settings, for example, we ask about the number of patients admitted per day, it will be like jump to jump, like number of brothers and sisters, number of beds, and etc. So such kind of data is called discrete data. These qualitative and quantitative data can be labeled further: nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, and ratio scale. When our data is just distinguished by its name, it's nominal. And if it is distinguished by its name and there are some natural order, it is ordinal, or it is called ranked data. If the data is quantitative and there is concept of zero as present, it is interval. If zero gives as absence, it is ratio scale. In SPSS, we label nominal and ordinal in a different way, but the quantitative data is labeled as scale. I'll show you how it is labeled as scale. There are a few more examples, like age will be dealt as scale as it is quantitative variable. Gender will be nominal, blood groups will be nominal, anemia nominal, HB level is scale or quantitative. CGP of student is ordinal because there is natural order, there are ranks. Grades of tumor are ordinal, hospital stay are scale and quantitative type of data. So these are the core concepts before moving to SPSS. SPSS is originally a statistical package for social sciences. Later, it was modified to read as statistical product and service solution. It was released in 1968 by Norman and Nye. I took this information from the website, and you can see it has very old history. It was introduced as big calculator first time. There are different versions, and the latest version is IBM SPSS Statistics 29. You can download the SPSS from the given link and can activate or buy it from the said website. What SPSS actually do, SPSS manages small and big data. It calculates new variables, select or weight cases in data, describe the data frequency and graphics. Statistical package for social sciences or SPSS can also help in make statistical inference using different statistical tests like t-test, chi-squared, correlation test, ANOVA, regression, factor analysis, and it also helps to check the reliability of data. There are many softwares available which can, there are very much software available which can help us to analyze, but a lot of features are missing. Those features are present in SPSS, like checking the reliability, like making the ROC curve and advanced analysis. The common components of SPSS are, it is a window-based program for data handling, management or statistical analysis. SPSS contains mainly 5 components like data editor, output window, syntax window, list and chart editor. So here is the main window when you open the SPSS. There are mainly 2 things, variable view. This is used to make the performance. Here is data view. This is used to enter the data. So there are 2 options. Remember, one is for making the performance. Second is entering the data. What we can do in this window, how we can make performance in this window. Then you will go to variable view in SPSS. It will be, there will be option of name, enter name of variable. Do not enter the name of subject or patient. In variable view, name is actually the name of variable. Choose type like numerical or string. This is very much important. If you are entering someone's name, serial number, or some history that are not coded or that are not quantitative, you can, if you are entering quantitative data like age, weight, height, BMI, you can choose numerical type. In width option for numerical data, choose accordingly. For example, you are going to enter someone's age. The width 3 is very much to enter 3 digits. But when you start entering the name of patient, it may be larger. You can adjust the width of the variable. In decimal view, we can add decimal for quantitative data, but for variables, we do not use any decimal. For label, name of variable, like in name we just but in label, you can enter the full variable. In value, you can assign coding. For example, your data is nominal. If you recall what I told you earlier, if data is nominal or ordinal, you can assign the coding. Here you can choose the nominal, ordinal, or scale accordingly. You can choose the type of variable as dependent or independent here in the row. You can adjust the width of column accordingly if you want to show see the maximum text. So this is very much important about how to enter the name, type, width, decimal, label, value, within, column, align, measure, and load. When you will enter data in SPSS in variable view, you can choose the type of data like this. You will here in name, you will write the name of variable as I have already told. Among the types, and you will click the three dotted button. It is available there. This window will be open. After this window is opened, you can choose type of data as numerical. You can choose as string. If you are entering the history of patient or name of patient or address of patient, you can choose the type date if you are going to make any analysis regarding the date, for example, date of admission, date of discharge. You are entering both, and you can calculate the variable like hospital stay from the given date. You can choose decimal and adjust them accordingly, and that will be 2. By default, it is given as 2 in SPSS. You can make them 0. In a label, it is the detailed information, and in value, we use this option for categorical, nominal, or ordinal. This is very much important. If I go back to show you, here it was label. From the label, value, here it is value. We assign the code here. If I will press here, there will be 3 dotted buttons. I will click them. When I will click them, this window will be open. I will put 1 as value, label as male here, and I have to add. Then 2, female, add. Do not press OK without adding the coding. Measure is actually, here we must choose the appropriate measure scale like nominal, ordinal, or ratio. This is very much important, and we usually miss this. This is one of the major drawbacks while entering the data. We do not choose the appropriate measure, and while doing advanced analysis, we cannot see the type of variable there where we need to choose the variable independent, or for coding data, some analysis needs this information. This is a template for you people. If you are to enter these 5 variables: serial number, name, gender, severity of disease. Let us discuss one by one. These are the variables, these are the data. Okay. So among these variables, I'm trying to tell you what kind of variables are here. Serial number is a quantitative because I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you see from the previous video. So you can choose serial number type as or string if any alphabet is involved. This is an open question. Any option can be opted. Any option can be given. Name, it is a qualitative data, and string type of data will be chosen in SPSS because I will write text here. This question, anyone can tell the name of their own choice, or they possess the name. Both are nominal. Age is quantitative, so I have to set quantitative for age. This is also an open question, and this open question because everyone has its own age. And in SPSS, among the measurement scale, I will choose ratio. So remember, whenever there is quantitative variable, you have to choose ratio. Whenever there is qualitative or quantitative, you have to choose. For gender, it is qualitative and it is categorical. There are 2 categories. Remember, if there are 2 categories, among the coding, we will assign 1 for male and 2 for female accordingly, or you can reverse the coding of your own choice. For example, it will be added here for gender, like, and it's closed question because there are only two options. Closed questions are those questions where the patient or subject has to choose from the given categories. It's also nominal. It will not be given as 23, 45, and 96. That's why it is qualitative, it is categorical. It's closed because severity of disease has pre-assigned options like mild, moderate, and severe, and there is natural order. In the mild, moderate, and severe, there is natural order. That's why in SPSS, for measurement scale, we have chosen them as ordinal. Let's suppose it was the data. I just told you about the tips and tricks, how to manage the data. Now I will show you the window where I have entered this data. Then we will go to SPSS and do the little practice. It is my, while entering the data, this will be the preface of your in number 59. It is by default. Decimal is not needed in the serial number. Here label I have written the full font. No value is assigned because it is not coded data. There were no categories. It was open question. There were no missing column, by default 8, and I set it as scale. Or you can set it as nominal, whatever you have assigned the type of the serial number. The name is actually the string variable again. And I have written here name. It is nominal by default by SPSS. Age, it is numerical. Label is age in the year. Remember, the unit of any variable are important to write because it will be considered while doing the analysis. Here it is scale variable again. Gender, it is, I have set it as numerical because I will enter code 1 and 2. If I will put it string, while doing the advanced analysis in few previous version, it was hidden. SPSS did not consider the string variable, for example, while doing the advanced analysis, such as logistic regression and other regression. So that's why I put it as numerical. And I put here codes. You can see one for male, two for female. Severity of disease, SOD, I have written. It is again numerical because there are coding. Severity of disease is written here. This is ordinal. So remember, in this area, do not put the space. For example, name of patient. If you want to write name of patient, do not put the space. While doing this little exercise, I entered this data in this form. In this window, I just wanted to tell you, I made a mistake here. The mistake is I put gender as scale while it was nominal. It was nominal, I put it as scale. So this was mistake. What we do, it's nominal. So here was the mistake I put. Now let's go to SPSS. For SPSS, okay, this is the main window I showed you there. You can see SPSS. Yes, you can see. Look, here is the variable view and here is the data view. If I show you the data view, there is nothing. The sheet is empty. In the variable view, it is again empty. Let's enter the data from our own questionnaire. Usually the first question is serial number. I have put S number. If I will put here S space number, the dialog box shows variable name contains an illegal character. So do not put the space here in the name variable. Now remember, if you want to enter serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then make it numerical. Otherwise, make it string. How to change the type of variable? Look here. When I pressed it, there were 3 dotted buttons, and this is the window from where I can choose the type of variable. For example, it's string. Let's make it string. As I made it string, the decimal automatic is 0. And here I can write serial number. And the measure is also nominal by default. Okay. The next is name. It is also string. Go to 3 dotted button. String. Okay. Name of patients. For example, you are working on patient. No need to assign any value because name of patients are open question. For open question, we do not need to give any coding. Age. Age is numerical, yes, it is by default numerical. Decimals are by default 2, okay. Keep it. Age of patients in years. Remember, do not forget to write the unit in the label. Should I assign the value here? No, because it is an open question again. Here, under the measure, it is scale variable because it is quantitative. You need to put here scale. They all are independent variable. Input means independent variable. Please mute your mic. This is gender. For gender, make it 0 decimal. Gender of patients. Look what I did. I pressed these 3 dotted button under the value. One is for male. Please mute your mic, please. I am adding. Number 2, male. Add. Then OK. This is again nominal. Let's pose disease. Because disease is yes or no. For yes or no, it's disease. Disease means, for example, we are talking about a tumor. What should be? Okay, tumor. One is for yes. Please mute your mic. No. It's my yes. Nominal. Talat Anwar Fridi. I have muted. Batul. Muted. Okay. It's better to remove. Anything of disease. Severity of tumor. Please do not start your video. Mute yourself, please. Okay, disparity of disease. Mr. Ajmal, please stop your video and mute yourself. For example, 0. No disease. Mild. Moderate. Severe. Is it okay? Okay, Ji. This is ordinal variable. This is ordinal variable. Okay, disease is dependent variable. For example, I will put it target variable. Okay, this is also target variable. These options are available in latest SPSS versions. If you are using the old version, then the role option will not be shown there. Okay, for example, I have made the performa here. This is my performa. I will go to data view. You can put serial number 1A, for example, 1A, 2, 3B. For example, this is MR number. Different MR number were there in different formats. That's what I made it so that I can enter everything. Okay. Under the name, I am entering random data. For age, for example, it is 23, 45, 42, 51, 39, 38, 37. For example, let's put it again. The dummy names. Do not put dummy names yourself. Enter the two data. Working on your research. Here is 1 for male, 2 for female, 1 for male, 1 for male, 1 for male, 2 for female. I am putting 2. SPSS is writing himself the label of the codes. Disease, yes, 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 yes. For example, disease, yes. Severity, mild, moderate, mild. For example, these variables are entered extra. For example, you made a mistake. To remove them. If you will delete it, they are not removed. To remove any extra entry from the SPSS, go to the left side bar, right click and clear it. If you want to add one more variable here, go to column caption, insert variable. You can go to variable, enter this, for example, age groups. Let's suppose you want to enter age groups. Yes. Let's suppose less than 40, for example, 2 is for 40 or more. Okay. You can put less than 40, 40 or more, 40 or more, 40 or more, less than 40, less than 40, less than 40, 40 or more, 40 or more. Less. Okay. Here, there are some tips for you enter your data. Now you can sort your data. For example, you want to see what is the minimum age, and you have large column. You can go to column caption again, click right click, and here is sort ascending. This sort ascending will help you to sort your data. You want to see in descending order, go to again right click and descending order. So here are the tips. For example, you later came to know that this 4 number was missing. You want to add here at number 4. Go to insert case. For example, it is this, 2, male, 4 or 3, sorry. So this is how you enter your data in SPSS. I hope you will learn it, and I'm sure by practicing, by doing this, I will try to share some practice from material for practice. I will try to share some material for practice, and you can do it. First of all, you install SPSS in your laptop, in computers, so that you can do the practice in good manner, inshallah. So drop your email IDs in the chat box here. Please drop your email ID in the chat box here, so that I can share material with you. The material will be shared with those who will send the email. And I will also, as I told you, I will also send the certificates, inshallah. Is there any question you can ask?
Thank you so much, everyone. Please raise your hands for questions, and we'll name the participants one by one who want to ask the questions.